I found a GameCube game that was never released and had only been mentioned one time on the entire internet, and that was all the way back in 2009. This is a game called Pickles. It is a game about, I kid you not, monkeys riding unicycles. I'm going to actually boot up the disc and show you guys gameplay of this insanely rare game. But before that, let me tell you a little bit about how I even got this thing. About a week ago, I got an Instagram message request from a gentleman looking to sell some of his GameCube stuff. I buy and sell games all the time, so I thought nothing of it. Next thing I know, he sends me pictures of the GameCube NR Reader, which is this beautiful GameCube dev system that was used for testing and developing GameCube games. Basically, if you weren't making GameCube games back in the day, you shouldn't really even own this thing. It was never available to the public, so I asked him, what's the story here? How did you even get this? He goes on to tell me that his dad actually worked at Santa Cruz Games, the studio that worked on Pickles and a handful of other licensed games. Crazy enough, Pickles ended up being the only original IP of theirs, which just makes me feel even luckier that this thing even fell into my hands in the first place. He also mentions that there is an NR disc inside the system, which is a special type of GameCube dev disc that can only be read by the NR reader. He said that he didn't have the hookups to test the GameCube, but there's a small chance that it might still have data from an unreleased game on it. That was all I needed to hear. I knew I needed to own this. We struck an incredibly fair deal, and 4 days later, it was in my mailbox. Earlier, I mentioned that this game has only one Google search result. It's a 2009 post from unseen64.net and describes Pickles as a prototype for a platform/adventure game that was developed by Santa Cruz Games in 2005/2006 for the GameCube and PC. They created a playable demo for the game running on their own engine, but it's currently unknown if they ever tried to pitch the project to a publisher. The Pickles demo was shown at the Game Connection 2006 as wrote in an article published on Gamma Sutra by Lost Levels' Frank Cifaldi, who said, "So the soldier monkeys have bombs and the elephant shoots peanuts like a machine gun and stuff," explained Alex News, project manager for Santa Cruz Games. "The idea is that you're stacking, and as you stack, your teeter tower is toppling. This is just a tech demo, but if we could really devote some time and money into it, it could be really awesome." In addition to that extremely short blog post, there were 9 images attached. The first appearing to be some sort of circus level where a clown in a tiny car can be seen chasing a monkey, an image showing what appears to be an early logo or title screen animation, an image showing some sort of temple level, and notably features an extremely prominent monkey tower. This game actually looks like it could have been a ton of fun. I'm getting some serious Ape Escape vibes. The next image shows monkeys riding a unicycle across a beachy pier-like level. Here's another one from the circus level, but to be honest, it's kinda hard to tell what's going on in this one. Next up, we have an image of a monkey riding across a pier/boardwalk looking thing with a rhino on his shoulders. Also, side note, this level looks extremely similar to the level I'm going to show you at the end of this video, so keep that in mind. Yet again, another circus image, this time looking even more chaotic than the first two. Another image from World 1 Level 1 of the game, aka the level I'll be showing off soon. And finally, a really charming promotional image of a monkey/rhinoceros/chef monkey/Walter White monkey and an elephant. Presumably the same elephant described earlier that can shoot peanuts like a machine gun. This 1-paragraph blog post and 9 images is everything you could find on the internet about Pickles for almost 15 years. Until this very moment. Without further ado, let's roll the Pickles gameplay. The game has no title screen picture, which honestly feels like the start to a bad creepypasta. Once you boot in, you are met with this extremely simple menu, complete with some funny little monkey sound effects. It says the game has 12 different playable levels, 6 for each world, but I can only get the first one to play, unfortunately. Hopefully we can get the rest of them working soon. Without further ado, let's hop into level 1 of Pickles. The level starts with a unicycle riding monkey descending from the heavens. This level is like a pier or like a boardwalk of some sort. It almost makes me wonder if it's a reference to Santa Cruz's beach boardwalk. It was developed by Santa Cruz Games after all. We make our way a little bit to the right here and we can see the name of this area. It is called Wharftown. We make our way back up into this open dirt area, which is filled with nothing but these barrels filled with diamonds. If I had to guess, I'd say it was probably some way to test barrel collision detection or testing diamond collection. Side note, whenever you jump, you literally gotta wait like a full second after you jump to move again. Very inconvenient. After collecting a couple more diamonds, we can go ahead and make our way up this ramp. Up here we can see a couple completed buildings, which is really neat. We got the Dive, which is probably some sort of bar, and then we have Santa Cruz Games, which is actually a really cool reference to the studio that made the game, Santa Cruz Games. We head to the right to see a couple more buildings. We got the Wharftown Bank, In Fish We Trust, and here we find our first stackable monkey. Apparently stacking monkeys was a big gameplay element. To collect a monkey, simply run into him, which will shoot him up in the air, and then catch him, or press X to get rid of him like I did just now. Anyway, we're going to take this little baby key-wielding monkey with us because we're going to need him for later. But first, let's smash up a couple more barrels. Important warning, if you go right here at this crossroads, the game will crash, so we're not going to go that way. We'll keep going down and make our way past these giant great white sharks just being hung on these poles. Kinda cruel. We are then met with a giant door, and the only way to get past it is to use our baby monkey's key. Over here we have some collectible sardines as well as an anvil that you can actually stack on your monkey tower. And then here is the final monkey of the level. This guy's pretty cool because if you press the A button while he's on top of your tower, he actually throws bananas. It might be worth noting that when you have any sort of monkey or item on top of you, you cannot jump anymore. Your A button is replaced with a banana throw or a key or whatever. Over here you can see me trying to use the banana toss to interact with the sharks or these crates in any way, but I wasn't having any good luck. Either I'm stupid or they just didn't get around to implementing any banana interactions. I almost wonder if something was supposed to chase you through this area or something, like a shark or like a rhino or something. Over here is a big, weird, scary bird standing on top of a rock, and I did what came naturally to me. I tried to throw a banana at him, but just like earlier, nothing seemed to happen. Also, I don't know why, but the music gets really scary and repetitive over here, but if you stay in the first part of the level, it doesn't do that. And this is the end of the level. I tried to feed this shark some more bananas, but no dice. Once you get to this part, there's an invisible wall and you can no longer move forward. Now, this game is obviously unfinished, but it seems like it had a lot of potential. The monkey stacking element seems like it could have been a lot of fun to play around with. One more thing that I couldn't show earlier because I had a bunch of monkeys on my back is that you can actually jump on top of these crates and pop them and get some extra money. But yeah, like I said earlier, this is the only level I could get to work. There could be up to 11 more levels that I just don't have access to, sadly. That's where I need your help. If you guys know anybody reputable and experienced in this field that can help me dump this game, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to show you guys the rest of what's on this disc. Obviously, I plan on dumping this game so everybody can enjoy it. I will be keeping it, I will not be selling it, I will be dumping it for all to enjoy. Just needed to clarify that. Also, like I said earlier, the guy I bought this from, his dad is the one who worked on this game, and he actually gave me his email so I can ask him questions about Pickles. But I don't really know what to ask him. If you guys have any questions you want me to pass on to the guy who made Pickles, please let me know in the comments. I think the only question I definitely plan on asking him right now is if this game actually had 12 levels intended to be playable on it. Because we saw those screenshots earlier, I mean there's definitely more content than just this first level. Anyway, that about does it for the first level of Pickles, but before I go, I have one more cool segment to show you guys. I actually bought more than just the NR Reader and Pickles disc. The seller also threw in a Game Boy Pokemon video, which has full episodes of Pokemon on it, a GameCube AC adapter in the box. Nothing too crazy, but it's still a pretty cool box. We got these crazy bootleg looking Pikachu figures. This guy looks like he's trying to fart or something. And then we've got another Pikachu flashing a peace sign. This was back in the good old days when Pikachu was fat and Pikachu was way sweeter than he is today. We'll put these to the side and save them for last. Here we have a Game Boy player, which was a GameCube peripheral that allowed you to play Game Boy games on your TV. And then finally, check this out. We have more prototypes. These are Game Boy Advance prototype cartridges. and on them are beta builds of a Sudoku minigame in a Superman game that actually did end up coming out. I posted separate footage of these if you guys want to go check those out, but yeah, these are undumped and I do plan on dumping them, of course. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning more Pickles lore. Make sure to let me know in the comments what questions you want me to ask the Pickles developer. This could be a big opportunity. And finally, make sure to subscribe if you guys want to see more Pickles content. I do plan on posting at least a couple more update videos. Finally, if you guys know anybody reputable and experienced in the field of dumping games and preserving games, please let me know in the comments. I want to hit these people up and get this game dumped ASAP for you guys. Peace out, my friends. I will see you next time.